Okay. So the poem is Lullaby, and within the poem, there are 5 vocabulary words. You can start writing them down if you like or after. Either way, they do need to be written down. The first one is lullaby, a soothing song or melody meant to put a baby or child to sleep. Who has been sung to sleep or kind of remembers maybe being sung to sleep by a parent, guardian, auntie, uncle, grandma, grandpa? Anybody? Yeah. Thank you, Atlano. Yes, me too. Nailani, Rita, and Sherlyn, undo your cameras, please, and thank you. All right, the next word is mystify, to confuse or cause a mystery. Yes, mystify. Serenaded, performed music for a serenade. Lurking, sneaking around quietly in order to remain hidden. Or lore. Lore is the last vocabulary word for this poem. Traditional knowledge of or belief passed down through families that often teaches a lesson. Like the moral of the story is, like in fables, if you ever read those, they always have a moral at the end of the story. Teaches a lesson. Okay, so lullaby, when I get to a vocabulary word, raise your hand that you recognize that I got to that vocabulary word, okay? We're gonna try that. All right. Lullaby. Like lots of border kids, my first song was a lullaby. Thank you, Leroy. So let's try that one more time. Thank you, Leroy. Everybody needs to raise their hand when they hear a vocabulary word. Lullaby, mystify, serenaded, lurking, or lore. Like lots of border kids, my first song was a lullaby that my abuela sang to warn me and to mystify. My mom says when I got home smiling without teeth, she took me in her arms and serenaded me. Duérteme, mi niño, duérteme ya, porque viene el cuco y te comerá. Oh. They're going to translate next, and the next after this. Y si no te come, él te llevará hasta su casita que en el monte está. What does that mean? Go to sleep, my baby. Sleep for me right now. To keep Cuckoo from coming and swallowing you down. And if he doesn't eat you, he'll take you far from me to his little cabin that sits amid the trees. So I learned the dangers of this crazy mixed up place. There are monsters lurking, but family lore can keep you safe. Scary lullaby, isn't it? His abuela, his grandma, would read him this poem before he went to sleep. My goodness. It might make a child want to go to sleep pretty quick because they don't want to think about that anymore. The cuckoo coming to eat them up. Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm going to ask you some questions. As I said earlier, I'm going to count down and you have that opportunity to answer a question. If you don't, I will popcorn pick, but I'm going in order. So the next person to answer would be Rocco, Leroy, Isabella, Nakami, Mimi, Evelyn, Oshaila, Miley, Rita, Nailani, Isaac, and then Sherlyn. Isaac and Sherlyn, please turn your cameras on if you can. All right. So this poem is kind of scary a little bit. Who has had a story told to them by a family member or a friend that was like a scary bedtime story? Rocco? Rocco, do you remember a time that you were told a scary story? Yeah? Tell me about it.
So my friend came over and we were just talking, and then he ended up saying that we should tell scary stories. And he told me one that scarred me, and I never wanted to hear it again.
Scarred.
So it's called like the Devil's Door, and you write a door in the
Okay,
wall.
okay, Rocco, we're not going to tell what about the. Thank you for sharing about the story specifically, that how it made you feel. That's great.
Me too.
So, yes, sometimes stories, like Rocco said, can scar us. Do you think that that story actually scarred him like a cut? Oh, yeah. He was using, Rocco, you just used figurative language. Can you mute yourself too? Rocco was using figurative language right there. He was saying something that's not literal, but he said it scarred me. Now, he didn't mean literally like somebody stabbed him and it left a scar. He meant like it scarred him, like he felt like it's always going to be there, like a scar stays on your skin for forever until it fades. So yes, thank you, Rocco. Very good. All right. How does the narrator feel about the lullabies his abuela told him or sang to him? How in the poem, what words tell you about how he feels about the poem that his grandma sang to him? Yes, Leroy.
It made him feel warm and mischief.
Mystify. Yes.
Mystify.
Very good. Yes. It made the abuela sang that my abuela sang to warm me, and to mystify. So she was doing two things. Like Leroy said, two things. She was warming him, making him feel safe and secure, and she was also mystifying him. Now, who can tell me what mystify means? And the definition is on your screen. Hint, hint. Oh, Shyla.
To confuse or cause a mystery.
Right. So grandma, abuela, was trying to not just give him a nice story at the end of the night. She was making him feel secure because she was right there with him, but she was also mystifying him with the idea of the, who knows, with, yes, Presley.
I think the cuckoo something.
Yes, the cuckoo. Yes, thank you, Presley. Good job. Yes, the cuckoo. She was mystifying him with the idea of this cuckoo, like not cuckoo bird, but I said that wrong. It's more like cuckoo, cuckoo. When I was a child, they used to call it the cuckooey, cuckooey. The cuckooey's gonna get you. So go to bed. And I remember that. It was very scary sometimes. What do you mean a cuckooey's gonna get me? What are you talking about? And then they told me the story and it was like, oh goodness. So I would always sleep with the covers over my head. No matter how hot I was, I did not want to take my hands, feet, or head out of the covers. Since then, I've gotten over that. I'm fine now. It didn't scar me, but it was very interesting. Okay. Who else can tell me of a time that they felt scared, or maybe they heard a story from somebody and it made them feel, yes, Bella?
There was a time when I was little, my mom and well, she used to tell me stories about the boogeyman and stuff at night, and it would scare me. So I would like hide in the closet or somewhere like that. It
Yeah,
would be scary, and I wouldn't come out till like the morning.
right?
I'd
Oh,
be hiding underneath the bed too.
wow.
Yeah,
Did you keep it
so I'd
under?
be stuck there till like morning.